In this issue of Mountain Bike Chronicles, we are at the last stop of the FMB World Tour at the Red Bull Rampage. Kurt Sorge is considered one of the best all-round riders and is preparing with intensive training prior to this event. The trails around Vancouver have a long history in the sport. The Red Bull Rampage 2008 conjures positive memories for Kurt Sorge. Finishing in second place, the 23-year-old Canadian confirmed that he is one of the best all-round riders in the sport and is at home on any terrain.
I think when I first started biking, I didn't even really know you could be a professional biker, and then like Robbie Borden, Joe Schwartz, and Mike KINRADE kind of popped up in the scene, like pros from my hometown. I just really idolized them and wanted to do what they're doing, traveling the world and contests and stuff. Dream came true, and I think without, the riding and the trails here and the friends to ride with while growing up, I don't think it, would ever came true.
Sorge has been featured in numerous film segments, the latest of which is Where the Trail Ends. He has subsequently become one of mountain biking's top dogs.
My favorite part of riding is going out into the backcountry and bringing what I've learned on jumps and, pulling it off in a big line.
He's a really talented mountain biker. He can shred trails, big mountain lines. He always shows up with his big bike. You rarely see him on anything less than like 7 inches of travel, but he still pulls off tricks, but he goes for big moves. Like he really wants to ride mountain bikes. That's what it's about for him.
Virgin, Utah hosts the prestigious freeride event Red Bull Rampage. Within the stunning scenery and unique terrain, a line will be drawn between victory and defeat. The participants can use the entire mountain to prepare their own line. But Red Bull Rampage can be a cruel beast, as defending champion Cam Zink found out during his training run, terminating his 2012 Rampage campaign.
Someone who knows a thing or two about
Brandon Semenuk will not stand idly by. He leads the overall rankings and requires a good result to be the FMB overall winner.
And look at the charging pile. Yep. Here it comes through that berm. Can he make the transfer? Wow. And
His first run is impressive, but in an innocuous section, he falls.
Section. Oh, no! There is some kind of voodoo curse on this kid. The question is, can Soderstrom put it together?
Semenuk's fall rises the hopes of Martin Söderström, who in the overall ranking is in second place. The Swede has to be placed in front of Semenuk to be the overall winner. Up into the last few sections, he looks good, but at the last jump, he falls.
It's quite a struggle for him on the big bike. Oh, there it is! Oh, and Soderstrom goes down. Visibly disappointed.
Between travels, Kurt Sorge regularly returns to his hometown of Nelson. The Canadian's town was the starting point for his career.
Every time I roll back into town after a long trip, I usually do a stroll down Baker Street and just swing by the bike shop. It's pretty much just a hangout, really.
On the hills around Nelson are where Kurt honed his skills.
I feel pretty fortunate to grow up here. Every direction you go out of town, there's so many trails, so it's definitely a goal to try and hit them all in one season, that's for sure. Mountain biking is such a big part of my life. It's nice to, break away and do other things. And lately we've been fishing a lot. don't know what draws me back to Nelson every time. I think there's just endless outdoorsy kind of things to do, and I kind of like the low-key scene. There's just something about your hometown, I think, that keeps drawing you back.
In the early days of mountain biking, the courses in Vancouver were trailblazed, building bridges from tree trunks to reach the forest. This form of construction is known in the scene as North Shore.
Mountain bikes at that point weren't really fast. They didn't have a lot of suspension. It almost kind of made sense to challenge ourselves in a unique way. The trail building was kind of almost getting a little out of hand to the point where not a lot of people could ride it. There's maybe like 10 people in the world that would ride these things. At some point, we all kind of realized, like, why are we doing this? Like, is this just for filming? Why don't we start building trails that, you know, we're gonna have fun on? It's gone from that to, you know, still trying to challenge ourselves, but more flowy, wider trails with bigger berms and bigger airs, and something that's friendlier to how bikes are right now and how much fun we're having on them. You can see the difference between building 16 years ago and how we kind of do it now. I think it's an obvious difference. You can see it right there. Kind of the way it goes, like you build these things and eventually people just aren't into riding it anymore, so they kind of stand here for as long as they can for the rest of their lives. It's just kind of like a piece of history that sits in the woods. I would say we're putting just as much work into trails now. We've kind of shifted our efforts from building one stunt to building a whole trail. We're still using wood, we're still using dirt, you know, we're still building stuff. The only thing that has changed is interpreting the ground and the lines a little differently, and I think it's still going to change over the next few years. It's always going to evolve and progress and change.
The Red Bull Rampage continues with some very good action. Logan Bingelli, who lives in the area, shows confidence with a good run.
Double drop, charging that section of the course. Wow, another big backflip. Such a massive drop. Oh, beautiful. Very similar run to Sorge. Great to see some.
In addition, the young Frenchman Antoine Bissage surprised all with his performance.
On fire now. You can see his run building momentum as he gets down. Another flip off that set. This is the free flip.
Been starting since last winter some Sasquatch performance training here in town.
No shoes, because Sasquatches don't wear shoes.
It's a really cool program. I have a tough time making it to the gym on my own willpower.
My name's NATYSHAK. I am a strength coach and personal trainer. I'm the coach of three of the riders in the Red Bull Rampage this year.
Here, it's just full bore. You show up, there's no talking, you just get right to business. You're there for 40 minutes, and you don't stop. It pushes you beyond where you would push yourself regularly, and I think that's why I like it so much. Mike KINRADE's been doing this program a lot, and it's pretty much my goal to try and keep up to him because he's a vet at this. Not only is your fitness better, but you're able to endure longer days out in the desert, hike those massive hills, and that's exactly what you need for Rampage.
I mean, if you're gonna be out there, do your best. It doesn't matter what you want, as long as you drive it with passion and hard work, you're gonna get it.
Sorge is definitely a madman.
We'll see if the hard training has paid off for Kurt Sorge.
Belt is charging right now.
His run is almost perfect and will be hard to beat.
The Sorge signature move right there. Watch this next one. Boom, his big backflip again. There it is.
Big transfer. He knows it's gonna
However, the clash for the overall title is not yet decided. Brandon Semenuk's second run will decide the final overall outcome.
Transfer. Nails it again.
makes it look so easy.
Into what his element is.
Putting his first fall run behind him, Semenuk lets it all hang out.
Sticks it, no problem.
Watch for this next one. Massive backflip.
Oh, no! Semenuk goes down!
Semenuk's second fall gives Martin Soderstrom real hope. This will be the biggest success of his career if he can take 7th or better. He's nearing the end of the course. It's looking like his place as the overall winner is secure.
There on his last one. Here he's coming into this technical part. He's getting pretty comfortable with this.
But wait, his last jump turns everything upside down.
And Soderstrom goes down right at the end.
He loses the overall win,
Hurled.
giving Kurt Sorge his greatest success.
Unbelievable feeling. It's like a childhood dream right now. I've watched years past when I was young, and now to win it, it's insane. And it's hard work building your line all week and then trying to put it together. In the end, it's not easy. It's so stoked.
The Red Bull Rampage ends the season. Brandon Semenuk celebrates his second win as FMB overall champion. Martin Soderstrom comes in second, followed by Thomas Gainon. Brandon Semenuk once more dominated the FMB World Tour, and an exciting season comes to an end.